Okay guys, today we are going to be making our prefix, suffix, and root word notebook. There are a couple of things that we need to do first to get it set all up. So what we're going to start out with, if you will just open your notebook to the very first page. As we do with most of our notebooks, we're going to leave this one blank. But if you flip over to the back of that page, we're going to start with our prefixes. So you're going to kind of set up a table of contents here. So what I want you to do is at the top of the page you can write prefix. Then we want to do our page number, prefix, and then we're going to write definition, because we're going to write the definition for each one of our prefixes that we put in our book. Make sure that you draw your lines down. You can draw one on the red line and then draw one right across so that you have a nice table of contents. We're going to have one page for our prefix book, our prefix page, and then the next page is going to be a root word page. So you're going to put root at the top. You'll have your page number there. Then we'll put our root, and we're going to, again, write our definition for each one of them. Make sure you draw your 2 lines down and 1 line across. And you're going to have a couple of pages for your root words. So we're going to want to do one more page for root words. Same thing, you have your page number, root, definition, and draw your lines so it'll be nice and neat. And you'll need to do one more page for that. I think we have one more page after this. Draw your page number, write your page number, root, definition, draw your lines. And we have one more root word page. Make sure you put your page number there. You have root, definition, draw your lines. And the last page of our table of contents is for our suffix. So on this one, you're going to write suffix, page number, and definition. All right, on our next one, we are going to begin with our prefixes. We're going to make our section for our prefixes. You will notice that I numbered this as page 1. That's where we're going to start. You should have a sheet that looks like this, okay, that you're going to cut out. I'm going to draw blue lines where you need to cut because it's a little bit different to cut. So you're going to cut on the lines where I draw. Notice it's a very unusual shape. That's because this is going to create a tab in your notebook so you can flip to this section very quickly. All right, take our scissors. We're just going to cut it out real quick. And then you have 2 smaller areas here that we need to cut. You notice I am not cutting out the middle that says prefixes on it. Okay, so it should look just like this when you're done. What you want to do is take this and fold it right in the middle. So you have a little prefix on one side, kind of make sure they line up good, and then a little prefix on the other side. Now on that page that we just labeled 1, this is where we're going to put this prefix. You notice I already put mine in. So here's where you need to put glue. You need to put glue. Do your square, an X right here, and do a square, an X right here. Alright, I know that's a little bit different than what we normally do. You're going to put the big one on the front of the page, just like that. And then you're going to flip it over and make sure the back also aligns. That way it creates a little tab so that you can flip to this very easily. Alright, so your final product for this page should look similar to this. Okay, see how I have the little tab at the top that I can find very easily prefixes. Alright, so that should be on page 1 and page 2. You're going to go ahead and label page 3, page 4, page 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and number 20. And on page 21, we're going to do the same thing that we just did with our prefixes. So you have a paper that should look like this. Again, I'm going to trace the parts that you need to cut in blue. Just make it a little bit easier for you. Okay. Again, it's a little odd shape, but it's going to create a little tab for us so that we can get to the root section of our notebook easily. Go ahead and cut it out. Remember to be careful when you're cutting that middle. You don't want to cut it apart because then we wouldn't have our little tab. Alright, so our final product should look similar to this. You're going to do the same thing. Going to fold it right there in the middle so that it creates a tab. If you flip over to the back when you're ready to put your glue, we're going to again do the same thing. Do a square of glue. Put that glue around the edges. Do an X across the middle. And then you're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Do a square of X of glue. And then X in the middle of glue. Remember, this is your glue so that you're going to glue it in your notebook. Just like we did with prefixes, we're going to take our notebook. You're going to put the big part down. Make sure the tops line up there. Then you're going to flip the page over. And you're going to glue the back down there as well. Can't see it. See how I put my glue there? Alright. So let's flip back over. Remember, you're going to put your glue on the back of this. Then we can flip over and you're going to put the glue on this part as well. And you notice it created a little tab there so that I can see roots. Alright, so you at this point should be on page 23. You are going to number page 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, all the way till you get to page, let's see, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So on 100, let's check. It's going to be 100 right here and 101 right here. So on page 101, we are going to do suffixes. You're going to have your last sheet here, which you're going to cut. So let's outline, and you can just cut right where you need to. I'm just trying to help you with outlining it a little bit. Remember to be careful when you go in here. You don't want to cut wrong. Now you don't have to outline yours. I just want you to be able to see where to cut a little bit easier. So if you see the blue, those are all the places that you're going to cut. Okay, so there is what our suffix should look like. Again, easiest thing is for you just to take it, fold it. Go ahead and fold it. It just makes it a little bit easier when you're gluing it in your notebook. All right, remember to flip it over. Now you're ready to glue. So my blue marks are going to be where you put your glue. Easiest way to do it is just a square with an X in the middle. So that's how kind of what your glue should look like. Same thing over here, except it's a little rectangle with an X in the middle. That's going to get it to stick to your page the best. Now you're going to put the big part down. Flip over the second part to the back and just glue it in so that your suffix should look like this. Has the little tab at the top there to help you out if you need it. And that is on page 100 and 101. Now the rest of your notebook will be used for suffixes, and you need to keep numbering it, but we don't have very many after that. So about 110 is about all the pages that you need numbered. All right, so again, this is what your notebook should look like. You should have your table of contents, starting with prefix. We need 1 page for prefixes. You need 1 page for root words, 2 pages for roots, 3 pages for roots, 4 pages for roots. Then you need 1 page for suffix. All right. On page 1, you should have your prefixes glued in. Then we start with our prefixes. Next, we're going to go to our roots, which should be glued on page 21. Make sure you have those numbers correct. And then the last section that we made today is on page 101. So You can spend just a few minutes coloring if you would like to make it look nice. And we're starting tomorrow with our first root. All right.